explain exactly why the 911 calls were different, each time.
Well, let me ask you another one. Another thing that you mentioned, and you mentioned it several times, and you mentioned it in a couple of programs, is that we let the car sit at the house for 2 days.
It was... Well,
I'm
counting Tuesday and Wednesday.
No, we, police, let the car sit at the house for 2 days. Is that true?
It was there Tuesday night.
Did we let the car sit there for 2 days?
You guys didn't pick it up.
Did we let it sit there for 2 days?
What do you mean that you let it sit there? We called you the same day we got the car.
Right. And when did I pick it up? When did I send someone to pick it up?
Not that the next day.
Right. So that's not 2 days.
I'm counting Tuesday and Wednesday.
That's less than 24 hours. Less than 24 hours.
All right.
So these are things that concern me, because what we're trying to do is, we're not trying to...
I'm thinking 2 days in my mind.
Cindy,
listen,
what we're trying to do... Listen, please.
I lost my granddaughter, okay?
Caylee, we're looking for...
I lost my granddaughter.
Cindy, we're looking for your granddaughter. We're looking for your granddaughter. The problem is, listen to me. We want to help. Okay? All we want to do is help. Cindy, listen, please. I can't help if you go out there and start changing things.
I'm not changing
and adding
anything.
things.
Okay.
And that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Okay?
All right.
Listen to me.
You guys were so good the first 4 days. You guys were so good at coming to the house and everything. And then it stopped. No one came from missing persons. No one came from anything. We're in the dark. So we're a grieving family.
I need to tell you, we need to focus. We need to focus on the right thing. We don't need to focus on creating stories, changing testimonies, changing what we said.
Anything I never said.
We are focusing on trying to find Caylee. That's it. That's all. Okay?
But I don't want to keep hearing from people that you guys think she's dead, because she's not dead.
Have you ever seen me on the news?
No.
Okay. Have you ever seen him on the news?
No.
Okay. We're not out there talking to people. My phone won't stop ringing from every news agency to get me to talk about this. I won't. Do you know why? Because I'm working on finding Caylee.
Oh, that is out of respect for you as well.
Listen,
I understand.
That's why you don't see me.
All you got to do is send one officer, anybody, to come talk to us every day.
Cindy, let me talk. I can't. See, right now, I can't even.
Have to be you.
Right now, I can't even talk to you. You're not letting me talk to you. I'm watching all these things. I'm watching all these things that you're doing right now, and it's hurting our case. It's hurting it because people are looking at you, and they're seeing how you're changing these stories, just like you're seeing what Jesse said, and you don't believe him because of it. People are now looking at you and saying the same thing. We don't need that. We need to then look at you and say, this is a strong grandmother who cares about her daughter and who cares about her granddaughter, and not someone who, well, didn't you say this? Well, I meant this. Well, didn't you say this? Well, I meant this. That hurts us. That hurts us because we can't say, listen, I can't stand there in front of a newscast with you and say, everything that you've told so far is the same thing that we have been saying all along. Because I can't say that you changed it. And that's changing the focus from Caylee. Our ultimate goal is to find Caylee. We're going to do everything we can. We've been doing everything we can to find Caylee. I need you on my side.
I want to be on your side. I told you that from day one. Why do you think George and I let you have free reign?
I understand.
When we tried to give you stuff, no one wanted to take it.
Cindy,
it just seemed like, from our perspective, all it seemed like from day one, you guys are building a case against Casey as a murderer. She's not her. One thing I know is she loves that child.
And we're not disputing that. Listen to me. One thing you have to understand in what we do, we can't overlook anything. If somebody calls us for something, just like, somebody calls us with a tip, if we don't look into that tip, if we don't follow that tip, there's always going to be a what if. Everything that I've done is because of something that I've seen or noticed or something that we have to work on.
All we need was a reassurance from you guys. You guys are wrong up on it. But you're 2.5 weeks late.
Cindy, we're 6.5 weeks late. Because
I understand that, but from my perspective.
Listen, we've been following this from the day I first met you. We haven't stopped. We have not stopped. You know that.
I know.
Okay? And we're still not going to stop. But I can't overlook certain things that exist. I can't.
I know.
Because if I say, let's just say right now that you tell me this person has Caylee. If I don't go there and talk to that person, I'm not doing my job. If I don't investigate every aspect of this, I'm not doing my job.
But when I get phone calls, listen to me for 1 second. When I get phone calls day after day after day from people that say, we know we saw your granddaughter. We know we saw your granddaughter. No one's following up. No one's following up. But we give you guys the information, and we don't get a call back. What the hell do you think we're supposed to think? No one from your department has called us back. You know damn well I called you the day after, the night of the hearing about Wanda at the airport.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you about all these people coming to you, or me coming to you, saying, bringing your hope up and bringing you down?
I know.
I can't do that. We have gotten over 500 tips.
I know you guys
over
get a lot
500
of
tips. I can't go and tell each one that calls in with a tip. I can't tell them all how we followed up on it.
I know.
You have a full plate. You guys are focusing
Someone
on...
could just said for missing persons, we're following up on the OIA airport one. I mean, someone could have said that.
Cindy, we're following up on everything that comes up. Everything that comes up. And I know the FBI guys told you we actually sent FBI to this lady's house and looked at her child. And how she could have been mistaken for Caylee, I don't know, because they don't look that similar at all. I think what happens is
there's no tape at the airport.
There isn't. You're right. They tape over that. There is no tape.
Right.
Where you heard that, I don't know. I'm the horse's mouth.
I heard there was no tape.
I'm the horse's mouth. I told you that the first night. Once you hear something, if you don't hear from me, it's not true. All right? And what's happening is that all these people out there, most of them are trying to help, but there are people out there that all they want to do is get involved, period. Whether they actually, have anything or not, all they want to do is get involved, get their name out there, and hopefully get their picture on the news. All right? Wanda was more concerned about getting her face on the news in hopes that people will recognize her, rather than, I'm letting you down.
Because Wanda I never told her name to anybody but you. I didn't even give it to Jose till last Friday.
I'm letting you know these things, okay? These people are more interested in getting their 15 minutes of fame than helping you.
Why would she involve her 14-year-old son?
We can't answer that. We can't answer that. But listen, the most important thing right now, and again, I didn't mean to interrupt Eric.
No, I know.
And I understand this is a very important thing. But what I feel is the most important right now, I'm sorry.
It's manhandling me, look at that.
I'm sorry. What I feel is most important right now is that we have to get on the same sheet of music. We have to work together. And by working together, I need you to stop trying to, and I understand what you want to do is go out there and look for Caylee, but people are starting to focus their wrong attention on Casey and you. Because of certain, and listen, these people are professionals. They're going to paint you in a corner.
The last 2 days since I met with the FBI, I have been telling them that you guys are doing your job. I've been saying that.
And the news is going to try to twist everything in order to get the ratings.
Well, and I've been challenging them to do responsible reporting and
you can't do that. You can't do that. Because you know as well as I.
But you know damn well missing children don't get media attention after 2 or 3 days. They don't. You have to keep her picture out there so that she can be found. You know that.
I know.
You look at all these missing children, and they don't have anybody out there looking for them.
But what we're doing is, unfortunately, what you're sometimes doing is you're pulling the attention off. This is a missing, looking for Caylee, but they're not focusing on Caylee. They're focusing on you.
I don't want them.
They're focusing on Casey because of all this crap that's coming out, all these pictures that are coming out. I can't control all this.
3 years ago.
I can't control all this. But because the media is eating this up, what we need to do is we need to keep the media focused on Caylee. We do not talk about Casey, okay? If they ask you anything, well, what about this, say, we're looking for Caylee now, period.
Right.
I'm not here to talk about anything I've talked about before.
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell them. I don't like to answer questions about her.
But when you go on Larry King and they put you on the spot, it forces you to say something because obviously you don't want to look bad. And unfortunately, they're professionals at this. They're going to paint you in a corner.
They're trained to get a response.
The unfortunate thing is, Larry King assured me that I was going to get time to talk about the efforts we're doing for it. Yes, I guarantee you.
And did they?
Oh, of course.